Hello, welcome back to another Game Room Tour. My name is Adam, and in this episode, as you can see, we're talking all about Last Gamer. Good old Joel. Now, for anybody who is into retro gaming, and anybody who enjoys playing retro video games, Joel, Last Gamer, is well known. Probably, in fact, he is known, if anything, as the #1 video game collector. He kind of sits on top the Mount Olympus of retro gaming. In fact, I'm filming this or I'm recording this in 2019. Until January of 2019, he had the world's largest video game collection recognized by Guinness. He posted a Facebook post to say that his title, as it were, was challenged by somebody else who boasts an even larger collection, which will be interesting to see what that turns out to be. But as of yet, I mean, it's not been confirmed by Guinness, so as of yet, Last Gamer is the world's largest video game collection. He creates this whole collection from his home. He lives in Australia. I'm not going to disclose anything of whereabouts he lives, but he has basically turned his home into a museum by the looks of it. I mean, this guy, he's a great guy, first off. He's truly one of the honest YouTubers about gaming that you'll ever see. A lot of one thing I've noticed is a lot of YouTubers tend to be about, like, send me games, sign up to my Patreon, give me money. Joel is none of that. Joel doesn't have a Patreon. He doesn't ask for anything. In fact, to find his PO box, to find some, like, if you wanted to send him a gift, you have to really hunt for that. You have to really find it. He doesn't announce it in his videos. He doesn't say send me stuff. He does unboxing of things from fans, but he doesn't beg for it. He doesn't ask. He's very grateful. He is probably, if we had a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best YouTuber for gaming and 0 being the pond scum that we've mentioned in previous videos, Joel is an 11. That's how good Joel is. And he really does care. He will respond to comments on his YouTube channel. I've gone down the comments and he has responded to people. Even on his Facebook page, he will respond. And even in private messenger, he will respond. He is an honest to God 100% super trooper, in my opinion. And I think he is the bar for video gaming on planet Earth for me. I mean, look, he's got the magazines, he collects the collectibles, it's the video games, you know, it's anything to do with this world. Not just, oh, I'm only doing NES, or I'm only doing this, or only doing... No, he wants the lot. In fact, I write books for a living. I'm an author, and I think I'm going to send him a sample of all my books. For his collection, because they're like games. They're like books you read as games. So I think I'm gonna offer him a little freebie for his library and see if he accepts. But the video, I mean, this video demonstrates basically how big his library, museum, collection, whatever you want to call it, how big it is. Now, this video was originally 20 minutes long. I've cut it down to about 15 minutes or 14 minutes just because 20 minutes is too long and I want to give everybody a fair sort of whack here. So these videos that I do, they're only going to be between 10 and 15 minutes long, you know. But as you can see, he's walking through the PC versions of consoles, well, I suppose they are consoles. No, they're not consoles. What are they? PC version of gaming devices, I guess. Yeah, he clearly cares about, because they're very well presented. He clearly cares about I keep saying consoles, but it's a PC gaming, isn't it? Well, they're not even PCs, are they? But I suppose they are. Yeah, they're PCs. He cares about these. They're very stored very well. Do you know what I mean? He looks after them, and he cares really about the presentation of them all. You can tell he wants basically one of everything. He collects every game, every console, every PC game, every magazine to do with gaming, every collectible, you know. This guy, yeah. Anyway, I'll just remove from my mouth. Looking at his subscriber list now, he's only got 80,000 subscribers, which for me is kind of like, there's a lot of people out there who have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and how do they not know about Last Gamer? How do they not know about this dude? He's only uploaded 102 videos as of me making this video. In fact, this collection, this walkthrough that you're watching now, was basically a done last year, 2018. So he has announced that he's going to do an updated version when he gets around to a few changes. But poor Joel has had recently a little bit of health issues. He's been basically working too hard, mate. Joel, you need a rest. Play some video games, all right? That's the prescription for today. Play some video games, mate. He's had over 3 million views on his channel, and he only started this channel in 2010, so it's been going for 9 years now, and he's amassed 80,000 subscribers. See, for me, I don't think that's enough. I think more people need to know about this dude. More people, I think there's more retro gamers out there who would like to have, you know, seen this. You know, Joel comes across as a very much I don't care about the money thing. You know, he clearly is doing all right for himself, and in fact, I think if you watch his story mode, he goes through his life of what he did, and you know, I've learned through watching these videos that he used to own a video game store, and so he used to have access to a lot of games anyway. But that's where he amassed a lot of his collection, and he tends to go for Japanese versions or Chinese versions of games, because being in Australia, it wasn't very great for collecting video games, because, you know, you very rarely got stuff from America or Europe. It was always from Japan, which I guess that's fine, because Japan's the closest out of Europe and America. Japan is the closest, so therefore he amassed more Japanese titles. So he's got a very large Japanese collection of any one of the consoles, you know. But then he also has collected the American versions. I don't think he's that interested in collecting the PAL versions of things, although he may have done that. I mean, there's so many games here. He's got so many games. It's crazy how many games he's got. And he catalogs every single one that comes in. And they're well presented. He's always moving his shelvings around, which he gets from IKEA, and they look fantastic. And I think a lot of people have also taken cues from him and grabbed similar shelvings for their game rooms, because you know, see that in the background just then, the white, to me, I've seen that in so many videos. I've seen carbon copies of what Joel is doing here in so many videos that, you know, I mean, they do look great. They do, and they're perfectly made for like video games, the boxes, you know, because you can alter the shelves. And I think any good collector would want them well presented, and white is the best option because you can see the cases very clearly. Whereas if you had black cabinet, the cases would get lost, because a lot of the cases are black, you know, cases as well, so you'd lose that. But I mean, this guy has everything. He's got like every color in Nintendo 64. He's got the Ultra 64, and he's got, like, same with the NES. He's got multiple versions of consoles in boxes. A lot of everything is boxed and mint. You know, real good condition stuff here. And he puts his hard work into it, you know. You've watched, he's got a series, one called Home Improvement series, where he has literally created an arcade room, which we're about to head into, from scratch. He went into his back garden, he dug it all up himself, dug it out, maybe got a few people to help him with like plumbing and stuff like this, but everything you know, was done from scratch, and you could see the progression in the videos. You know, this probably, to me, is probably one of the best video game channels on YouTube, and I just feel more people need to know about this dude. You know, more people need to know about Joel, and I can't believe he's only got a -B grade. You know, which to me, for video games, it's an A plus, mate. Definitely A plus. You know. So yeah. So there we go. I mean, I've got not much more to say about Joel and his collection. He's a fantastic bloke, and you know, let me try and think of some negative stuff to say here. Let me try and think of some of the. Hang on a second. You know what? I really don't know. I really, you know, everything he does is well thought out. Although he might shift his room around a lot, that's true of any collecting gamer. Because you get a load of stuff in, you put it into where you could, it looks nice, but then a load more comes in, and so you've got to move it to make room for it. And I totally get that. So yeah. Now this is the thing I like. So this is his story mode that we're watching, but look at this. He's got an old TV for the Atari, right? And the Atari generation of consoles. That's brilliant, that is. He's got a sort of newish telly for the next generation, the second generation of consoles, and there they are, you know. And then you've got, well, they're not the second generation, are they? Atari 64, whatever it is. But, you know, he's got an appropriate TV for the appropriate console. He hasn't just plugged everything up to a HD TV. This is what I like about Joel. He's my kind of gamer because, you know, I hook things up to appropriate televisions. I believe that you should always watch, you know, technology on the device it was designed to. You know, I used to have a Laserdisc player and I never had a CRT TV in which to play the Laserdiscs off to. I was always hooking them up to the projector because I liked the theatrical projection of it. And I was kind of like, I always wanted to see what it looked like on a CRTV. You know, CRT TV, because I think it would look really good. And it's the same here. Like, he's got every console hooked up and it's all nice and neat, it's all well ordered, there's chairs in front of every console. He literally could have a whole day and have hundreds of people come into his home and play these. And you know, if it were anybody else on YouTube, I'm sure they would have already done this by now and charged, you know, come on, play for a day, 50 quid, whatever, whole family ticket for £100, and you get to play on any console for any game or any length of time. You know, go for it. And it's like, he doesn't do that. He hasn't got a Patreon page. He's never asked for any money. He's never asked for a single thing. He's never even asked for a pen, you know, to write down anything. He's very humble and he's very enthusiastic. That's the main thing I actually enjoy about Joel, is his honesty and his enthusiasm. You know, he's clearly got a passion to turn your home into a retro gaming lifestyle, you know. Has got a very lucky son, for starters. His son is like prince of this palace, and his a very understanding wife. Although, you know, the family loves to play, as you could just see then, she loves to play video games just as much as Joel does. So here we are. This is his arcade room that he built from scratch. And he boasts that he's got 90 plus machines in here, and it's a recreation of what it used to look like when he was younger, you know. And it really does look like an arcade from the 80s. I mean, even to go in there for a day would be fun. You know, it looks absolutely awesome, and he's got a lot of classics in there: the Outrun, the Street Fighter, Star Wars. You know, you just look around. There's blasters there, road blasters. You know, you just look around and it's like arcades galore. You know, yeah. So there we go. That's basically Joel. I think we're gonna wind it down now because I think I've sucked him enough now. And yeah, I've been looking at a few. I've been scouring the internet, you know, looking at a few to sort of like again, I'm not grading these people. I'm not sort of having a pop at them. I'm not, you know, I'm just putting their game room tours into one place to where we can see everything. You know, there's like a list of YouTubers that create video game content. So any fan of video game, sorry, would be able to easily find these YouTubers. So in the description below is a link to Joel's YouTube channel. Go check him out. Go subscribe to him. You know, honestly, you'll be amazed at the videos on his channel. He is an absolute god in the video game industry of collection, you know. So yeah, that's me, or that's Last Gamer done. Next week we shall see who will be coming up. I think maybe James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, shall be next. And take care, everyone, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.